With due permission from Honorable Dean, Faculty of Science, Dr. Bandana Kumari ma'am, and with the permission of Honorable Vice Chancellor of Ranchi University, Professor Sarosh Sharma madam, and on behalf of the organizing committee of this workshop from the side of Ranchi University, and also from the other side, Global Research Hub. I would like to welcome all the participants in this inaugural session of one-day online workshop. This workshop has been designed in such a manner that all the latest activities going on and the latest tools that are being used for betterment of the research, that will also come into the discussion of today's different sessions. And as we move on with different sessions, we will come across the different things that is in a store. And well, before I would like to just give a brief introduction about the Global Research Hub, because this is for the first time that Ranchi University is in collaboration with Global Research Hub. It's a pioneering initiative focused on democratizing access, high quality research mentorship across different levels, even from school levels, undergraduates and postgraduates and professional levels. And through its structured programs like one-on-one mentorship, group mentorship, and research support, Global Research Hub enables learners to develop publication-ready research aligned with international standards. Its comprehensive end-to-end approach covers topic identification, literature review, data analysis, and academic written support by PhD scholars and advisors. Thereby practical application while fostering critical thinking, analytical rigor, and problem-solving skill. So almost the entire journey of the research is being taken care by them, and we are fortunate to have such a mentors available with us through virtual dais for the day-long session. And I'm of the firm opinion that with their rich experience and wise exposure across the different aspects of research mentoring, faculties, research scholars, and the prospective research scholars who are studying in their final year of post-graduations, they will also get benefited and get aligned with the latest trends that is going online across the world. So with this very small introduction, before I invite Dr. Niharika to go ahead with the session, I would request Dean Faculty of Science, Dr. Vandana ma'am, to have a few words about our today's online sessions, because she has taken the lead to organize this session and delivered and used her every minute for the successful organization of this. Dr. Vandana ma'am, please.
Yes. Thank you so much, Rajkumar, with this, your brief introduction and brief about the eminent speakers who has gathered here as an August gathering today. And this is my distinguished privilege and profound pleasure to welcome each and every eminent speaker on this pious occasion when we are just directed and with the kind permission of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Sarosh Sharma ma'am, who is very keen to organize all such seminars, conferences, and learning platforms for our students. So once again, I welcome all the eminent speakers who are here gathered with the special efforts of Shri Sudhir Tripathi sir, who is ex-Chief Secretary of our state. So once again, I thank him on behalf of our all fraternity and especially on behalf of the Faculty of Science. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your words and your good wishes for the successful conduction of this workshop. Now, I invite Dr. Niharika Srivastava from Global R Hub, the director of Global R Hub, to give a brief account of today's activities, session-wise, and invite the next speaker, keynote address.
Thank you so much, sir, and good morning, everyone. So, respected Professor Vandana Kumari, ma'am, distinguished faculty members, esteemed resource person, and dear participants, good morning to everyone present over here. It's a privilege to welcome you all to this one-day workshop on mentoring impactful research for socio-economic development. I, Dr. Niharika Srivastava, Director, Global Research Hub, thank you, Ranchi University Research and Development Cell, for collaborating with Global Research Hub and providing us the opportunity to engage with such distinguished academic audience. Now, in today's academic environment, there is an increasing, emphasis on publication, high quality publication research that creates a very meaningful impact. No, but however, as a researcher, and it has happened with me also, when I was undergoing my PhD, that we often face challenges with areas such as, research design, data analysis, navigating the, publication landscape, etc. So this workshop has been designed to address all these aspects by focusing on research methodology, academic publication, hands-on data analysis using JASP software, and ethical use of AI in research. Now, our aim is to enable participants to undertake some rigorous, relevant, and very impactful driven research, which is aligned with socio-economic needs. So I encourage all the participants to actively engage in the sessions, make the most of this learning opportunity. Feel free to put your question in the chat box. We will address it. And once again, I extend a heartful welcome to everyone present here, and thank you for being a part of this initiative. So with this, to begin the workshop, I would like to call Sudhir Tripathi, sir, Senior Vice President, Institutional Outreach, Global Research Hub. Now, Sudhir Tripathi, sir, is 1985 batch IS officer, Jharkhand cadre, and has served as Chief Secretary of Jharkhand, Chairman of Jharkhand Public Service Commission, and Chairman of Jharkhand Staff Selection Commission. He also served as a director of NIFT. With over 3 decades of experience, he has key leadership roles in governance, policy implementation, and institutional development. I welcome Sudhir Tripathi, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rajkumar, and thank you, Dr. Niharika, for a rather generous introduction. A very warm welcome to all participants to this workshop. Let me begin by thanking at the very outset the Office of Honorable Governor cum Chancellor Jharkhand, the Vice Chancellor Ranchi University, Professor Saroj Sharma, the Dean Science Faculty, Dr. Vandana Kumari, and their team for giving us at Globus Learn the opportunity to conduct this workshop on mentoring impactful research for socio-economic development. I look at this workshop as a first step in a long-term fruitful engagement and partnership with Ranchi University, wherein it will be a collective endeavor to make Ranchi University a shining star amongst the universities of India in the field of impactful research and quality academic paper publication. I am not an academician, hence I would be making just a few general points flowing largely out of my experience in Jharkhand administration before passing the baton to my colleagues who will then take you through the more rigorous and technical aspects of impactful research. A university, as we all know, is a seat of learning which recognizes no frontiers except those of human mind itself. Most surveys that rank universities grade them on parameters such as research, teaching, employability or placements, and international character or diversity. There is a general perception that we are witnessing declining standards in the quality of higher education in our country, a phenomenon that was expressed by the Knowledge Commission in its report to the nation as a quiet crisis that runs deep. Now, if we examine the challenges facing institutions of higher learning like Ranchi University, the issues may be put in two broad categories: issues of quantity and issues of quality. And while these issues affect all aspects of university performance, its impact on research is quite devastating. Quantity issues relate to vacancy positions at professor and associate professor level, the most critical level for providing departmental leadership and infusing academic rigor and direction in research work. I have some knowledge in this field, given the fact that during my stint as chairman of Jharkhand Public Service Commission, one was involved with the process of filling up the vacant posts of professors and associate professors in the universities of Jharkhand. Quality issues arise when universities are unable to either hold on to their best talent or attract talent from outside, and this may be due to the lure of competitive exams or greener pastures in fields other than higher education. And when the load of teaching is largely shared by ad hoc faculty. This kind of situation, by and large, obtains in most public universities, and recognizing and accepting these quality and quantity challenges is the first step towards addressing them, at least insofar as the research ecosystem is concerned. Now, it is said that no one can stop an idea whose time has come. We at Globus Learn are of the view that a research mentorship and academic publication platform like Globus R Hub is tailored to substantially address the research-related deficits on account of quality and quantity-related challenges which universities face at the moment. E-governance, now backed by AI, opens the door to such innovations and networking that quality and quantity gaps in research can be effectively plugged, and today's workshop will be an endeavor to establish this point. Before I end, one more thing I would like to place for the kind consideration of participants of this workshop. Jharkhand is a microcosm, not just for India, but the entire third world, with immense research possibilities. In Jharkhand, you have several centuries coexisting side by side, several ethnic groups, several socio-economic strata, several linguistic and religious groups living together. The state manifests every social, economic, political phenomenon that you can think of. It has both industrial towns and tribal habitats. It has in-migration and out-migration. It has pollution and displacement on one hand, rehabilitation and urbanization on the other. You will find examples of both mineral resource curse on one hand, as well as leveraging mineral resources for better life. It is a fifth schedule state where you have PESA, but at the same time, you also have institutions of Panchayati Raj. The district, which is notorious for Dain Pratha, in regard to which a law had to be enacted in 2001, is also the same district which has the largest number of women national hockey team players. This is a state which has 3 tenancy laws. And during my stint as chairman of Staff Selection Commission, I realized that unlike other states, which are many times bigger in size and population to Jharkhand, but have 1 or 2 second languages, Jharkhand is one state which has 13 second languages. In crux, what I want to convey is that Ranchi University is situated at the cross-section of ethnic, linguistic, cultural, and historical forces that need to be studied and researched for the benefit and understanding of the entire community. We at Globus Learn are privileged that Ranchi University has chosen us as its partner in this great research expedition. Our endeavor will be to work shoulder and shoulder with you and to fulfill your expectations. My best wishes for today's workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your kind and very meaningful words, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call Mridula Sinha ma'am. Mridula ma'am is also an XIS officer, 1986 batch Jharkhand cadre, where she worked as the Principal Secretary of Higher Education as well as Technical Education beside many other assignments at the policy-making level. She has attended Columbia University, Emory University, and the University of Southern California as a graduate student. She has taken a number of policy initiatives in the higher education sector. She works as a public policy consultant for several organizations currently. Her experience of India and United States of America enables her to understand the challenges faced by students at various education levels. Now I request Mridula ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah. Ma'am, you're on mute. If you can just unmute yourself. Mridula ma'am, you're on mute. Mridula ma'am.
Thank you so much, Niharika. I'm sorry for this snag. I think there was some problem. So I'm joining from Shivendu's space. So I'm not a speaker or academician or anything, but I still got very excited about this workshop, and therefore I'm keeping awake. And it's so nice to see those old faces, old memories are back. I come from the same space from where Sudhir Tripathi comes. We have all worked in Jharkhand. We have seen the academic situation there. In fact, when I was Education Secretary, Mr. Sudhir Tripathi was with the governor looking after the higher education. And we did worked together. We saw a lot of things. So I'll first talk about my experience and why I feel this workshop or such initiative is important. When I was a Secretary Higher Education, I met a lot of young professors, experienced professors, many across the state. I mean, from all the universities. One thing which really I found very exciting was when I used to talk to some professors who were very much invested into research, into finding out new things, into publishing. I could see a lot of excitement in their life. I mean, I could see that when they talk to us, they're talking of a lot of things. They're excited. They have a lot of positive energy. At the same time, I saw many brilliant teachers who had somehow, I mean, the situation was such that they had stopped taking interest in research activities. And I could see that somehow their career path was getting monotonous. In fact, they were losing interest. I mean, they were doing their job all right, they were very good. But you know, that excitement which academic world brings when you're constantly pushing the frontiers of knowledge, if that is gone, then probably it becomes quite monotonous. You teach, you come back, you again talk, and again you come back. I mean, you know, you're not related at all to the realities of your field, and that hampers your growth. And this lack of growth ultimately demotivates you, and there are a lot of things happening. But I'm so happy that Ranchi University is now on a different trajectory. I can see that there's so much interest around research work. I mean, the fact that they're working with Global RHAB, that shows that there's a lot of initiative, a lot of interest, and I'm sure this will go a long way. I mean, you know, we have just begun, and I'm sure each one of you who are present here today, they would think about it and they would like to explore new areas, new fields, new activities in whatever they're doing. The second very important thing which I bring from the policy perspective is this. I mean, as policy person, I always feel that we always need evidence to formulate any policy. We need evidence to continue with a policy. We need evidence to uh, introduce new things. And this evidence comes only when somebody in these elite institutions is doing supporting us with the data, with research. And that is what makes a developed country very developed, because there is a constant seamless interaction between academics and the policymakers. In fact, no policy uh, is formulated unless and until there is a robust evidence about it. There is some uh, work done. There is I mean, people are convinced. Then only some policy is formulated. The other thing I feel that policy research is very important, especially in today's world of post-truth. We know that so much bias, so much misinformation is floating around us. It's very difficult to really say that what is right, what is wrong, what is correct, what is not correct. And in this scenario, if somebody really explores and brings fact to us, it's so much easier to do these things. In fact, I personally feel that lot of biases, lot of prejudices can be controlled if it is supported, if the environment is research oriented. I mean, overall, I mean, I'm not only talking policy everywhere. In fact, all the countries everywhere, the world needs fact. The world needs truth. And this truth can come only when it is explored systematically. So, in that context, also, your research activities, no matter what you do, I mean, you explore science, you explore history, you explore philosophy, anything leads to a better world. In fact, no world can exist unless we take the path of truth. Truth is so important, misinformation is so bad. I mean, we all know what it means and where it is leading us to. The entire world, the entire globe is in fact inflicted with this malady of fabrication of data, truth, misinformation. So it's very important. So these are two things I wanted to say. That one, that to make your own life very interesting, to make your own work, I mean, to find worth in what you do, it's very important that you constantly explore what you're doing, be excited about what you're doing. And you cannot be excited unless you keep reading, keep publishing, keep writing. It makes your entire career worthwhile. The second thing is that the world needs good research, good data, good fact. And therefore, I think that today's workshop should definitely lead to something worthwhile. I would very much, in fact, I'll be discussing with Vandana ji later that what kind of response your young professors are having,
Yeah,
what is
ma'am.
their excitement level, and we should really try to take it forward. I mean, like we should not, workshop should not be a routine thing that, okay, we have to do 5 workshops, or we do, we all work in government, we know the system, that there are certain things you have to comply with. But there are certain things, you have to go extra mile to really feel that, okay, you need more, you have to do more. I mean, just be very excited about it. The moment you're excited, like there's no end to fun, there's no end to knowledge, there's no end to achievement. So that's all I would like to say. And thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you.
Niharika, for giving me this time.
Thank you.
And we
Thank
are,
you.
you can see that it's midnight for us, but we are still so excited. In fact, it's already about 1 a.m.
Yes,
But I'm
yes.
really looking forward to
Yes,
speak to many other
painstaking task.
researchers. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your encouraging words. Thank you so much. Now, next, I would like to invite Dr. Shivendu, sir, Associate Professor, University of South Florida, and also a founder of Global Research Hub. So, Dr. Shivendu, sir, is an Associate Professor of Information System at the University of South Florida and founder of Global Research Hub. With an interdisciplinary background spanning technology, economics, public policy, business analytics, he has extensive experience in teaching, research, and innovation-driven academic leadership. Prior to academia, he served in senior leadership position in Indian Administrative Services, Jharkhand cadre, contributing to governance, public policy initiatives in India. His research focuses on the intersection of technology, economics, blockchain, fintech, artificial intelligence, and public policy, with publications in globally reputed journals such as Management Science, Information Systems, and MIS Quarterly. He also served as a principal investigator for major White House and State of Florida funded projects and actively contributes to global conversation on blockchain strategy, digital transformation, and AI-enabled research ecosystem. Through Global Research Hub, he's committed to democratizing access to high-quality research mentorship and empowering students and professionals to undertake globally relevant and socially impactful research. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for joining the session, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Niharika. And I must thank Ranchi University, the Vice Chancellor, the Dean, Dr. Vandana Kumari, and definitely all thanks go to
Welcome.
Mr. Sudhir Tripathi for organizing and taking the lead to make this workshop real interaction that we are having today. So thank you very much to all of you. For lack of time, I'll straight come to the core thing that I wanted to speak about and also get your reactions, get some feedback on some of the ideas that I'm going to talk about today. As we know that with all things happening around us in terms of technology, in last 3 years with the advent of ChatGPT in November of 2023, many things are changing at a very fast pace. Not only in real world, in world of technology, but these artificial intelligence technologies are impacting all walks of life. May it be working in offices, may it be creative fields, may it be advertising, may it be medical science, may it be hardcore mathematical science may it be films, may it be academia. The impact of these technologies on academia and mainly on research is very profound, and it is likely to be. May I request people to kind of
Can I request everyone to please switch off the mic? Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, sir, please.
Thank you. And yeah, so the impact of AI on research is something that is significant for all people who are involved in research, like all people, all faculty members, all PhD students, whether they are senior, junior, they are just starting, even for students who are in their master's programs, students who are even in their undergrad program. Research and using these tools in these research is going to increase the productivity. So let me, so that's the broad idea of why we decided, I decided that, okay, let me take some time to speak to you all. This is right in the middle of the kind of research that I do. So it fits very well. Let me share my screen and then I will share my slides and we can go from there. Just give me share screen. So you can see my screen, Dr. Niharika?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, your screen is visible, so yeah.
Okay, great. So the topic or the subject that I'm going to talk about is related to how do we leverage AI for research. This is not a topic that gets covered in newspapers and magazines and talk shows, because people talk about the impact of AI on workforce development, they talk about on jobs, they talk about how it's going to change the world, but rarely people focus on how it's impacting research. Now, in research, as we all know, that research, the foundational part of research is informational. We search, the start of research is from knowing what has already been done, which is doing the literature reviews, knowing what the relevant literature is for a particular topic or for a particular research question that any academic is interested in. And it has been found that using AI tools can enhance the speed or the productivity of literature reviews by more than 10 times. Similarly, when somebody is, this is related to a lot of empirical research. I'm sure that in this workshop, there are people who use other types of methods for research, not only empirical methods. But this is true about even if one is doing, I do a lot of analytical research, I do game theoretic research, and I find that in order to come to ideas, to find solutions to all those mathematical equations, to solve the equilibrium in a sub-game perfect equilibrium for a situation, if I use AI, my productivity, in fact, the research finds that only 40% reduction in hypothesis time. But when I do my research, I find that it can enhance my productivity in terms of writing the proofs or getting the solutions of these mathematical equations to an extent of almost 80% improvement. I can do the same thing in 1/5 of the time that I used to do otherwise. Similarly, one of the big challenges that we all face in research is related to citations. Am I missing any important paper that is also related to this topic? Am I saying something that has already been said, but what I'm saying or what I'm trying to prove is different than what has been done before, then I must be able to convince the readers that what I'm saying is valid, even if it is different than what has been said before. So in terms of knowing what the existing knowledge is and what are the papers that are relevant to particular topic that I'm working on becomes very important. And with the AI tools, that productivity can go up by more than 3 times. Now, so as I said that how researchers are using AI right now globally in all over the world, in many universities, including I'm sure that universities in India, all of you are also using some of these tools, is mainly one of the core areas in which it's being used is literature discovery, which is literature review. I want to know what work has been done in this particular topic. Paper comprehension. I have a 40-page paper. The option is to read the whole paper. But if that option can obviously be a very time-consuming option, I can use an AI tool and say that, okay, please summarize this in 1 page. What are the key points this paper is making? So it makes the paper comprehension much faster. And that obviously increases the productivity of a researcher. It can be used even for writing and synthesis to a great extent. Again, it's an ethical issue. As long as you are using AI for this literature discovery, you are using AI for paper comprehension, there the ethical questions are not very dominant. But when it comes to writing and writing part, because when we write a research paper, the paper has to be written the way we will write it. It's our writing. Nobody else can write it for me. That other person cannot be an AI tool that can write the paper, just like it cannot be another individual who can write the paper for me. But it can help me in creating drafts. It can give me, many times when I'm using AI tools, I write a paper, I give it to an AI tool, and I say, okay, can you do a comprehensive review of this paper? Can you tell me what are the things that I have missed out in this paper based on the literature? Can you suggest some points which I can include to improve my paper? Now, all that part is not unethical. It is like taking suggestions from somebody. Only when you outsource the writing part to AI or to copy all that the AI produces verbatim in your paper, it becomes unethical practice. And then the fourth thing is hypothesis generation in data analysis, in doing even people who are doing analytical research or more mathematical research. They're asking AI to solve some of the lemmas and propositions. All that is ethical use of AI. That is not unethical. But as long as you verify that whatever has been done is actually correct and is valid. So So what are some of the platforms? I'm sure that all of you are familiar with all these platforms. ChatGPT is where it all started 3 years back. So that is very commonly used all over the place. But after that, other platforms have come. If you are using Microsoft, the Copilot, which is integrated into Microsoft 365, is again a very useful AI tool that a lot of researchers use. We in our university also use my Copilot all the time in doing research. Claude is another very powerful tool that is available, which is Anthropic. The company's name which offers Claude is Anthropic, which I'm sure that many of you are hearing about the great things that they are doing and what kind of challenges they are throwing at policymakers in terms of cybersecurity. I'm sure that you all have heard about how the AI tool that they have developed can turn out to be a nightmare for companies and governments in terms of cybersecurity if it gets into the wrong hands. And then the Gemini is a Google product, which I'm sure that many of you are using on a day-to-day basis. When you go and do a search on Google, the top results that come out, they are all being generated by Gemini. Top companies, obviously, Gemini, Google, that is these are all different types of deep research companies which are doing research in this domain. Now, moving forward, if we look at examples of how literature discovery is used in terms of literature discovery, now, this is just an example, just to motivate that how you can use it for literature discovery. I'm designing an experiment for which will use a randomized control trial on school choice voucher schemes. I'm sure that people who do research in social sciences know about the school choice voucher schemes where students are given choice either to go to a public school, which is the government school, or they can go to the private school and they get the vouchers which they can use to pay their fee in a private school. Now, there is a controversial topic, though this has been around for more than 20 years in the US and many parts of the world, in many countries, developed countries, as well as in developing countries. Still, it continues to generate a lot of debate whether it actually helps or doesn't help. So if this kind of so I gave this prompt, I'm designing an RCT on a school choice voucher scheme, find the 10 most influential papers from 2000 to 2024. For each, one sentence summary, provide what study design they used and what were their main findings. Flag any contradictions that they found. And this prompt I gave to Claude, and this part of what I got is on the screen. Now, this kind of a help from AI, if I were not using AI and was doing all this myself, it will take me minimum a week or two to kind of go into literature, do it, Google search on Google Scholar, look at those papers, read their abstract, understand what they are saying, create a table, write all those in that table, and then compare and then come up with short summaries or which are the papers which are contradicting each other. But all that can be done very easily and very effectively using AI tools. Another example, which of these three papers directly challenge, which are of these three papers? So this is a continued prompt. So with AI, you like search, when you do a search, so each search is an independent search that the search engine is doing. But in AI, one of the big advantages and why it becomes so useful is that it keeps track of the context in which you are asking and you are giving these prompts. So you can interact with AI as if AI is your co-author, as if you are developing this paper with a co-author where you talk to each other. You say, okay, so you gave me all these papers. Which of these papers directly challenge the mainstream consensus? Which is mainstream consensus in school voucher scheme is that they are helpful. What are who are the key disagreeing authors and what is the core point of contention? Map this in a structured debate. So all this can be done very conveniently and effectively using AI tools. Paper comprehension. I'm sure that all the people who do research, this is the most challenging task. That you have to read so many papers and to comprehend all those papers, because those papers are at a very high end, and it's a 40-page, 50-page paper. Each paper is written in a different way, using math, using data, and it can be a very time-consuming process. Now, in paper comprehension, again, AI tools are very effective. So suppose I'm reading, as I said, that I do a lot of research in game theoretic modeling, where incomplete contracts are one core area of research. Now, I'm reading a paper on incomplete contracts, non-contractable quality and renegotiation. When you can't write a contract because the quality is not verifiable. For example, you are giving a contract for doing a portrait for your father. Now, the quality of that portrait is very difficult to define. It is something that you look at a portrait, you know that it's a good portrait, it has brought out all the features of your father. But if somebody has to say, okay, you prove it that it's not good, it will be very difficult. So these kinds of situations we face all the time in real world, and it's a dense subject. If I have to read a paper on incomplete contracts, which is all full of math with a lot of equations and lemmas, proofs, it can take days to comprehend it. But when I give that paper to AI and say that, okay, however, I do understand software service and software project management, simply the paper and simplify the paper and give me an analogy to get a 101 level understanding of the paper. 101 level means basic understanding of the paper. What point are they making? Now, here you can again see that AI can be extremely useful in making these papers, which appear otherwise incomprehensible or very time-consuming to comprehend, to simplify and make them understandable by a researcher in a very short span of time, in a very quick manner. And this is a great benefit of these AI tools to researchers. Another prompt, have very little knowledge of maths. I would like you to help me understand each lemma in a step-by-step manner. Each lemma, as you know, that lemmas are all mathematical proofs of different properties of the equilibrium solution that is solved in a game theoretic setting. Now, it can do that part in a way, in a way that a common person who is not an expert in game theory or in even not very well versed in all the mathematics can still understand it and can still get the core of it. So there it becomes very important tool. Now, again, as I said, in writing and synthesis, also AI is very useful. Though this, as I said, has to be used with some care so that we don't get into the realm of using AI in an unethical manner. Now, I have drafted, as I said in the beginning, that I draft a 2-page method section for my paper. I give it to AI tool and say, can you critique it? Can you tell me what are the things that I have written that I'm writing, but I'm not providing sufficient support for them? Am I writing anything that may potentially be wrong? Am I writing something that is contradicting something which is already known in the literature? So these are the red flags of a research paper that are picked up by reviewers later on, and papers get rejected or get into long review cycles. So with the use of AI, one can shorten that time and can also make it enjoyable exercise because the researcher is not under pressure and not under all the time thinking that what may go wrong. Here are 5 abstracts on a school voucher RCTs. Synthesize them into a coherent 3-paragraph literature review intro. Now you can ask, and it will give you a 3-paragraph intro. You can work on that as an initial draft and modify, change it, read it that everything is correct or not. So instead of you spending hours thinking about how to draft these 3 paragraphs, how to summarize these papers in few sentences, it will give you a starting point. It will tell you that which paper, what are the gaps are there in the literature. So this can be a good and very effective starting point for doing research. You can see that whatever is, you can see that it gave me that, okay, lottery-based RCTs, these 2 papers show consistent graduation gains among low-income recipients in developing contexts. In developing countries, low-income recipients, when they get RCT vouchers, they have a gain because they are able to access better schooling services. Evidence from developed country, urban setting is mixed. Now the first paper is about the developing world, but from the developed world, there are this paper by Kruger and Zhu and Howell finds that actually the results are mixed. It is not that all the time the school voucher schemes lead to better learning outcomes. Now, no study has isolated the role of school choice information costs. Now, you figured out that, okay, so all these papers are there. Why is this difference? That maybe that people who are using these vouchers, they don't know which school to use this voucher for. And that is what is called the school choice information. That getting the information on the right choice may be so expensive that though they have choice to make, they are making bad choices because they are not seeking good information. So can we do a research paper where we take into consideration these school choice information costs and then build on that? So for research, as you all know, that it is very important and to identify the gaps, and there also it can be a very, very useful tool. Same is true about hypothesis generation. It can generate hypotheses which can be very useful and can save a good amount of time. What key variables did this paper not control for? You can ask, that question because when you are generating hypotheses, whatever has not been controlled in some other paper, that can be used as a control by you, and then you can come up with findings and justify them by saying that, okay, that paper found this, but actually that finding is flawed because they didn't control for this other covariate, which had an influence on the dependent variable. So there again, these kinds of things are things in which AI can be a very useful partner in developing research. Now, having said all this, towards the end, I'll just like to say that for literature discovery, I'll be sharing all the slides. I'll request Dr. Niharika and Dr. Bandana Kumari and Dr. Raj Kumar, who is coordinating, to share all these slides with all the participants. This has some useful information. Many of you may be able to use it. So these are all free AI tools which are available for researchers. Some of these tools will require you to create an account, but they will not require you to pay. And all these tools are very useful for literature discovery. I use Semantic Scholar and Connected Papers all the time. They are very useful tools. Connected Papers has been around for some time, which can kind of tell you that which paper has cited this paper and this paper has been cited by whom. And so you can make this whole network of papers what we call the knowledge network. Similarly, chat and comprehension, obviously, Claude, ChatGPT, both are very important. I don't know if any one of you have used illicit.com. That is also very useful. And that can actually illicit.com is more focused towards researchers. And their selling proposition is that you can use this as your research assistant. You don't need to hire a research assistant. You have a AI research assistant available to you 24/7, who doesn't stop working, who doesn't require any salary from you. It is because it is available for free. Gemini, as you know, is always there, is there and very widely used. And then writing and synthesis. Consensus is an app that is very useful for researchers. Please try it if you have not used it before. Notebook LM, I'm sure that many of you have used Notebook LM, which is again a very powerful tool. And it can be very useful in a context where you want all your answers to be limited to a particular source. Like you want not your AI tool to go and search for answers on the internet, but only focus on the source that you have given to it. Now, useful AI in research, the ethical principles, transparency and disclosure. Many places don't prohibit the use of AI, but they want researcher to disclose that, yes, in hypothesis generation, I have taken help from AI tool. For literature review, I have taken help from literature review from an AI tool. And all that is, as long as you disclose it, it is considered to be useful and is considered ethical. Now, same is true with the accuracy and hallucination risk. That is a big risk, that you can't take the output generated by AI tool to be the final word. You do need to spend, you may have gotten that report from AI in 5 minutes, but you do need to spend at least hour, 2 hours to go through it carefully to make sure that everything is correct. If you see anything that raises red flag, one is wise to go and check it out. Because at the end of the day, when you put your name on a paper, it is your paper, and you are accountable and you are responsible for each and every word that is written there. So since you own that paper, you have to do due diligence to make sure that you have gone through it and you have corrected for any inaccurate information or any misleading information that may have be there in given by the AI tool. Now, you must have noticed that as in last 3 years, the journey has been quite impressive. Just around 2 years back, the hallucination and incorrect information was very widely prevalent in AI outputs. And this is increasingly getting less and less things as these tools are improving. So I think this accuracy and hallucination risk will, as we go forward, will keep on going, will be becoming lower and lower in coming days. But still, it's a very important thing, and the ownership is of the author. And the authorship and intellectual ownership, AI cannot be listed as an author. It is you are the author. You take the ownership. You have all the rights on that paper, and you have all the responsibilities that come with that right in terms of any issues that come up with paper. You are responsible. So one has to be careful with making sure that you are not using AI output and copying that into your paper. As long as it's like I read a book and I get an idea, I get something, and I convert that into a paragraph in my own words. That is 100% allowed, and that's how research happens. And the last thing is about data privacy and confidentiality. That is also very important. Do not paste participant data, unpublished findings, or confidential materials into public AI tools. Check your institution's data governance policy before using cloud-based AI. So this is also very important. I am not aware about what policies Ranchi University has, but you should be in compliance with whatever policies the university has. Key takeaways, the core value of AI tools is in literature discovery, paper comprehension, writing and synthesis, and hypothesis generation. It can be a very effective tool for researchers, and in fact, it has consistently improved the productivity. And I was just reading an article 2 days back that now, with the help of AI tools, one can write a very high quality paper within few hours. It is not copying from AI, but working with AI, because as many of faculty members are here in this workshop, even if you have a research assistant, if I ask my research assistant that, okay, I want to do a literature review, it will take weeks. Now, the same literature review that an assistant used to do in weeks, my AI research assistant can do that literature review in maybe 5 minutes. So it has improved, and it can be a big boon for researchers because they can really move very fast and generate high quality research, which is impactful, but it can also be something that can make researchers irrelevant, because now just knowing something will not be sufficient, because people will be able to get that thing using AI tools. So it also makes it very challenging for researchers to constantly come up with things which a machine or a tool will not be able to do. What is something that what a student cannot get or the society cannot get by using the AI tool, and that is what an academic will be contributing to. So on one plane, it is making the life of researchers and academics easy. On the other plane, it is also creating new challenges. So with these words, thank you very much for your time and attention. Yeah, I'll hand it back to Dr. Niharika.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It was really a fruitful session. And I think, yeah, we cannot escape AI. So like, how to use AI ethically, and what are the free tools available for these upcoming researchers and even for us, so it's a very, fruitful session. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, Rajkumar, sir?
I was just,
Yes,
Dr.
Dr.
Niharika, I was just wondering
Niharika.
if there is any question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Participants, sir is asking for a few queries. If you have
Any question, feel free to put it in
Yeah.
the chat. We'll be happy to take some questions here.
Please write in the chat box.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, please write them in the chat. And Dr. Niharika, you can read out the question from the chat, and then we can go from there. That
Sure,
way it will
sir.
be more
Sure.
organized.
Any questions, anyone? आप लोग please chat box में लिखिए, sir We would love to answer you back.
If nobody has a question, then I have a question.
Yes, there is one query in
Sir,
the
there
chat
is
box.
one question, sir. I'll just read it out, sir. In the current era
Yeah.
of AI, it is very challenging also to stop misusing this in research. They wanted a comment of yours, sir.
So it is very difficult. So what was it?
Sir, misuse of AI.
पेपर कैसे लिखे कितना पेपर लिख लिया फिर पेपर ही लिखना है कितना लिखेंगे क्या करेंगे जब पेपर आए छपवाएंगे इतना हमको तो 4-10 हो गया हाँ तो छपवाना पड़ता है ना आप अभी अब कहीं जाएंगे तो नहीं छपवाएंगे तो बोलेंगे ना कि आप क्या कर रहे हैं
Sagupta, please mute your mic.
Okay. So I think if I understand, अगर मैं आपके प्रश्न को ठीक से समझ पा रहा हूँ, let me put it in Hindi, कि AI से जो पब्लिकेशन का चैलेंज है वो एक्चुअली बढ़ जाता है, क्योंकि जब आप AI को यूज करके कोई पेपर बना देते हैं तो जो पब्लिकेशन हाउसेस हैं जहां पे आप उसको जमा करते हैं पेपर को पब्लिकेशन के लिए, उन लोगों के पास भी टूल होते हैं ये पता करने के लिए कि इसमें AI यूज हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ। तो जैसे पहले जब हम लोग हाथ से कॉपी में लिखते थे तो उस समय किसी ने नकल की है कि नहीं इसको पकड़ना मुश्किल होता था, काफी टाइम लगता था, कंपेयर करना होता था कि इसने किससे नकल की है, कहाँ से उतारा है, नहीं उतारा है। लेकिन जब से ये ऑनलाइन लोग अपलोड करने लगे हैं तो उसमें तो नकल तुरंत विद इन फ्यू सेकेंड्स पता लग जाता है कि इस पेपर में जो हमने लिख करके अपलोड किया इसमें कौन कौन से पार्ट्स पहले के किस किस पेपर से कॉपीड हैं, कौन सी चीजें कहाँ कहाँ से आई हुई हैं, इवन स्टूडेंट पेपर्स के बारे में वो चीज। सो एक तरफ से ये आसान हो जाता है नकल करना, दूसरी तरफ से नकल पकड़ना आसान हो जाता है। उसी तरह से AI के यूज से जहां एक तरफ बहुत आसान हो जाता है कि पेपर हमने लिख लिया, वहीं ये भी बहुत आसान हो जाता है पकड़ में आ जाना कि ये पेपर AI से लिखा गया है। सो इसलिए ये जो पब्लिकेशन में AI का रोल है उसमें ये एक्चुअली एक तरह से लालच देता है, आपको लगता है कि हम AI यूज कर लेंगे, हमने तुरंत जमा कर दिया पेपर, बट इट एक्चुअली डजंट हेल्प। AI कैन ओनली बी यूज्ड इन द सेंस, उसका जो प्रॉपर यूज है उसमें यही है कि उसको करके आप अच्छे से रिसर्च, डीप रिसर्च कर सकते हैं, आप अपने कम समय में ही अच्छा काम कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि अब आपको जाकर के जैसे इंटरनेट पे सारी चीज अवेलेबल है, इसका मतलब है कि आपको लाइब्रेरी में नहीं जाना है, बुक नहीं लेके आना है, आप इंटरनेट में पढ़ सकते हैं, लेकिन पढ़ना तो आपको ही है और उसको समझना भी आपको है। सो इट मेक्स इट कन्वीनियंट but it doesn't take out reduce the burden of a researcher to understand and to come up with something that is his or her own contribution to literature, which is something that is new that that person is bringing.
Dr. Dilip Prasad.
जी, आप अपना प्रश्न चैट बॉट में उसमें चैट में लिख दीजिए तो हम लोग उसको, या आप बोल दीजिए।
So the next question is that, sometimes even the own writing is detected as AI generated. So, why this happened and how to avoid this?
तो AI जनरेटेड जो टूल्स हैं वो टूल्स इंक्रीजिंगली काफी, क्योंकि AI आप अगर समझें कि एआई के पीछे टेक्नोलॉजी क्या है, तो वो टेक्नोलॉजी एक पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न जनरेट करती है पहले के पैटर्न को पढ़ करके। तो जो ये टूल्स हैं वो भी उसी पैटर्न को पकड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं कि ये ह्यूमन पैटर्न है कि ये मशीन का पैटर्न है। और उसमें भी कभी कभी गलतियां होती हैं, उनसे भी गलती होती है, वो तो जो भी है मशीन है, वो भी परफेक्ट नहीं है। लेकिन ये काफी इसमें सुधार हो गया है। आज से अगर 2 साल पहले एआई प्रोड्यूस मटेरियल का डिटेक्शन में एरर 25 to 30% होती थी, आज के दिन में दैट एरर हैज कम डाउन टू लेस देन 2-3%. It is able to correctly figure out whether the content has been generated by AI or by a human being. And if you read a lot of work that AI does, या जिस तरह से वो लिखता है, आप अगर बहुत पढ़ेंगे तो आपको खुद भी समझ में आ जाएगा कि हाँ ये तो AI ने लिखा है। वो भी उसी पैटर्न को पकड़ता हो सकता है कभी गलती होती हो, लेकिन ये धीरे धीरे गलतियां कम होती जा रही हैं और आने वाले समय में ये टूल्स काफी परफेक्ट होते जा रहे हैं, लेकिन तब भी इसमें भी गलती हो सकती है। यस, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि अगर आप अपने से कोई भी टेक्स्ट लिखते हैं या पेपर लिखते हैं तो वो एआई जनरेटेड मार्क हो जाएगा, इसका चांस बहुत लो है। And if it does get marked as an AI generated, you can always counter it. You can always write that no, it is not AI generated. This is the manuscript that I have written. This is how I generated it. Yeah.
Sir, another question is that is it professional to put AI created image in the paper?
So इसका norm जो है वो ये है कि if an image has been created by AI, you are supposed to disclose it. You can put that in the paper, but you have to disclose that yes, this image was generated by AI. Just like if I am writing a paper in which if I am using an image that I am borrowing from another book or another source, I write that yes, this image is coming from this source, or this particular image is reference of that image is this, that this is where that original image is. I'm just copying it for this paper. Similarly, if the image is not your original image, you have not yourself drawn it, but you have used an AI tool to draw it, you are supposed to disclose it. And I think with that disclosure, a lot of issues with AI use are that people are hesitant to disclose. They think that this is negative, but it is not. I mean, AI is another tool. I mean, you use AI to generate an image, disclose it.
So there is one question, sir, that, if somebody uploads a paper on any AI to correct the grammatical error, will it still come under plagiarism, sir?
No, it will not. And this is very simple. I mean, these tools which check for grammar, which check for spelling, have been there for a very long time. Like WordMe integrated, when you are typing, it is correcting. It's suggesting that this may be grammatically, you can improve the grammar. All that is considered fair use of technology and these tools.
All right. And sir, I think the one last question, sir, that,
Yeah.
We use for rephrasing tools in our research paper. I mean, if we can, then please suggest some tools of it. Also wanted to know, is it ethical to use some rephrasing tools, sir? Because it's very difficult every time to write each line on our own.
So as long as anything that you ask AI and AI says, okay, this is how you rephrase it, and you copy it and put that in your paper, then that becomes unethical. So as long as you have taken the guidance of AI to rephrase it, So there is a difference between guidance and copying. And the same difference is here too. As long as you have used AI to say, you suggest me a rephrasing of this particular thing. And by reading that, you then rephrase it in your own way. So you have crossed, like you have used AI to solve the problem 80%, but remaining 20% problem you are solving. So there it can become ethical. Anything that the AI tool has generated, you copy and paste it in your paper. Simple rule is that is unethical. As long as you use that as if you are reading something and then writing in your own ways, you can make some changes. You can rephrase it, make some minor changes. Keeping the meaning same is still, it will be ethical. But if you copy and paste, that will become unethical.
I think so. One last question is that, so I have used a software that is Origin Lab, the name of the software, to make graphs, data like column bar, line graph, etc. The question is, can I use AI like ChatGPT or Gemini for making graphs? Can I use that in my research papers?
So, and this is a good question. So just like you can use any of the tools, you have to just disclose it. It is not unethical, but if you don't disclose it, then it can become unethical. So you need to disclose that, yes, this graph has been generated using this AI tool. Because in the graph, so suppose you are generating a graph using Excel, it's still the graph is being generated by a tool. You don't disclose Excel because you are doing some sort of what is x-axis, y-axis, though the graph is still being generated by a software tool. In AI, currently, the current practice is that if you are using AI for generation of a graph, generation of image, if you are using AI for generation of anything and you are using it directly what the AI gave you, then you disclose it. If you are using exactly the graph that the AI generated and putting that in your paper, you will be safe to disclose it. Okay. So I think
Yes.
there are many other items. So thank you very much. I'm very excited that I got this opportunity to interact with the students and PhD students and faculty of Ranchi University. Thank you very much to Dr. Raj Singh and Dr. Bandana Kumari, who made this happen, and obviously VC and everybody else, including Mr. Sudhir Tripathi, who kind of took the lead to bring it to fruition. So thank you very much to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Niharika, I would like to say a few of words from my side on Dr. Suvendu's lecture. So you have given a very exhaustive and detailed account of ethical uses of AI tools. You have very importantly mentioned two important takeaway, I would say, for all the participants is that use AI to think better, not to think for you. So this is the right way of using AI. Use AI to think better for you, not use the AI to work on against you. Okay. And the final takeaway is that it is not copying with AI, but it should be working with AI. So I have gone through the chat box. One of the question was that if I write something like this, then also it is being detected, and sometimes misleading informations are also given from the AI side. So as a user, if we understand that we are getting some misleading information, it means that we are working better than that AI tools. So it is always important to have faith and believe in yourself. rather than AI, use AI as your assistant, not use AI as your master. So thank you so much, Dr. Sivendu sir, for such an exhaustive session on AI, and you have quite mentioned in detail the best combination of instruction that should be given to AI prompt to get the best result, and how to do the paper comprehensions, writing and synthesis. You also mentioned randomizations, the outcome measurements, and how to generate hypothesis. And you also mentioned a lot of free AI tools that are for the researchers, and they are free and openly available for all of them, Elicit, like Cite, Research, Rabbit, etc. And you highlighted this important thing that we should be very careful with the AI tools. We use a tool for our help, use them as our assistant, but don't let that AI be master on us. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And
Thank you,
this,
thank you, Dr. Raj. You
Thank
put
you,
it
sir.
very nicely. Yes,
Thank you, sir.
thank you very much.
And
Thank you.
with this, I now request Dr. Ladli Rani, she is head of University Department of Botany, to introduce our next speaker. Dr. Ladli Rani, please.